Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to talk about pretty personal topic to me, my binge eating recovery journey, and particularly today I would like to talk about one specific tool that I'm using on this journey. It's making my feelings around food more neutral. First of all, a little disclaimer: I'm not a health professional. I'm not qualified to teach somebody anything about binge eating or binge eating recovery. The only purpose of this video is just to share my personal experience, to share my personal journey, and to share some tools that work for me. Some of them may work or may not work for you. A little bit of background: I've been dealing with binge eating practically all my life, since the time I was a teenager, and I believe the reason why I started binge eating was all those dieting and restrictions. I was a teenager at the beginning of 2000s, and the attitude to body, to dieting was a bit different as it is now, and the influence of shows, of TV series that I've been watching on fashion, on everything, you know what I'm talking about, was kind of pushing me, same as many other people around the world, to restrict, to eat less, to become slimmer, to become skinny. And it definitely built not so healthy relationship with food, and as a result not so healthy relationship with my head, with myself, with my body, etc. And this is something that I'm trying to fix, and I've been working on this for over a year now, and I do have progress in that. And even though binge eating is not the primary focus of this part of my journey, I was just trying in general to build a more better relationship with myself, first of all, like self-love, self-acceptance, different attitude to my body, but also a better relationship with food is a big part of this journey. And binge eating episodes, even though now I do have them less, still binge eating, emotional eating, this is something that I would like to fix. I would like to be recovered from those conditions, because they definitely do not contribute, not to my mental health, not to my physical health. And a couple of months ago I was reading one article devoted to binge eating recovery, and I came across this nice idea of this neutral feeling around food. And even though kind of intuitively I kind of believe in that already, just that article helped me to kind of summarize, to put it all together. And today I would like to share in this video some tools, some strategies that help me to build a more neutral attitude to food. And why it's important: because when you are extremely happy or extremely sad around food, all those emotions, especially if they are strong, they wire brain in a certain way that food means emotions. Positive or negative doesn't matter. Emotions make all habits, all attitudes way stronger. And once you already have not so healthy relationship with food, both positive and negative emotions make this feeling so much stronger, make this neural pathway in your brain so much thicker, that it's so much harder to recover from all of this. That's why I think this habit of feeling neutral, this habit of being able not to react emotionally to food, it's something that helps to deal with binge eating and with emotional eating. And I do understand that it might be tool not for everybody. This is something that definitely helps me. So first of all, I would like to talk about definition. What does it actually mean to be neutral, to feel neutral around food? It doesn't mean that you are not allowed to enjoy food. It doesn't mean that you are not to have some kind of satisfaction from food. It's actually pretty natural, and it's okay to want to eat certain food, to enjoy certain food, to crave certain food. Those are totally normal feelings. And even the opposite idea, once you start restricting that feeling or trying to avoid that feeling, That's actually when food-related disorder come into scene. What I mean by neutral feeling is this idea that you are not demonizing certain food, and you are not telling yourself that certain food is better than other, or certain food is worse than other. So we are talking about avoiding this black and white thinking. When you are eating salad, this is a good thing, and when you're eating a pizza or cheeseburger, this is like bad food. This bad versus good food, it's one of the main reasons why most people start having issues with food. And another thing which is kind of connected to this is self-evaluation. If you value yourself differently, if you think differently about your self-worth based on what kind of food you are eating. Let's say you ate a salad and this salad makes you feel like you are a better person, but in case you had fast food today, that cheeseburger made you feel like you are a worse person. So kind of type of the food you're eating should not define your self-value, your self-worth, and the way how you feel about yourself. And in case you do have those feelings, and I definitely had those feelings, this is something that need to be worked on. But kind of the idea is there is no bad or good food. There is no, even though we kind of understand that some food is more healthy than other, we kind of understand that some food will give more nutrition to our body than other. That's okay. We are not just kind of demonizing the food, and also we are not telling that some type of food is kind of way better than other, even though kind of it is. I know it sounds a bit strange, a bit contradicting, but once you start thinking about that, once you start trying to find kind of balance there, I do believe you will get what I'm talking about. What was personally hard for me in this case, it's actually this self-worth and value of myself based on the food I'm consuming. And because people are talking so much about not demonizing food, this idea of not blaming myself because I ate a slice of pizza or a cheeseburger, it's kind of feeling okay, I understand. If I want to eat a piece of cake, it's okay, I should not blame myself. But there is also a different side to this story, when you also should not be extremely happy because you ate a salad. You should not be proud because for 2 days you've been eating a protein and fiber-rich food only. Even though it seems like a right strategy, right? You are eating protein, you're eating fiber, this is something good for you, right? It's good for your recovery, it seems. But again, those highly positive emotions can be as detrimental to your recovery as those highly negative emotions. So kind of the idea here is to stay neutral. Second stage here is thought awareness. You cannot change anything if you are not aware, if you are not aware of that, if you do not monitor, if you do not observe it. The only thing something can be changed only if something is measured. And it's a skill, it's something that you can teach yourself to do. So every time you are eating something and you feel that you have certain evaluating thoughts in your head towards that food, that you may be blaming yourself because you ate something, or you're telling yourself something like, I should not eat that because it's not good for me, it's a bad food. Or when you actually feel extremely proud of yourself because you ate a salad. Once you start hearing, start observing, start becoming aware of those thoughts in your head, once you were able to catch it, next step will be kind of transform that, like telling something to yourself. That's okay, like this food is not bad. That's okay, this food is not magic pill. Okay, I ate this salad is good for me, but this is not like a magic salad. This is not something that's gonna transform my life dramatically. This is just food, and the task of this food is to nourish me, and the task of this food is to bring me some kind of pleasure, and that's okay. And that's neutral thinking, this neutral thought pattern thinking is especially important after you binge eat. And we already know that after we binge eating, and binge eaters, same like me, know what I'm talking about, we feel extremely guilty. And we tell ourselves something like, starting from tomorrow, I'm not gonna eat anything bad. Starting off from tomorrow, I'm gonna be on a new diet. Starting from Monday, I will go to keto. Starting from blah, 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 blah. And we already give ourselves all those promises because we are extremely unhappy, extremely disappointed with the current state of things. And this is something that actually starts this circle of binge eating, because you eat, you feel guilty, and this guilt feeling is a very strong emotional feeling, and you promise yourself something which is not realistic in the current state. And of course you cannot reach that goal. You cannot go on a new diet from Monday, you cannot start keto from tomorrow, and this is becoming like a cycle. You eat, you feel guilt, you binge. You binge again, you feel guilt because you are binging, and you eat again. And the only way to kind of break this cycle, to stop this circle, it's actually to change the way you talk to yourself after binging. And it's hard. For me personally, it's probably the hardest part, because when you binge, especially if you eat really a lot of stuff and you feel horrible, all those negative thoughts automatically come to your mind, that you are a loser, that why it's happening to me, why I cannot control myself. Starting from tomorrow, for breakfast I will eat only salad, whatsoever. And the right attitude, the way I feel about that should be, that's okay. My body protected me in that way. My body doesn't have any other tool to deal with those emotional problems. And binge eating, using food as a tool, it was the only way my body could cope with those issues, with those emotional problems that I have. So because my body was trying to protect me, and just because my body doesn't know any other tool, the reaction to this should be not punishment but care, because actually body wanted good things for me. I need to care about my body because there is a reason why my body decided to binge eat. There is a reason why my body decided to behave in a certain way, and this is not guilt of my body. This is not my guilt that I have those emotional problems, that I have those problems, and that I do not have any other coping mechanism rather than food. And especially after you're binge eating, those are not thoughts that automatically come to your mind. This is something that you need to teach yourself to think like that. And what helps me, it's something that I call prep plan, and I have a separate video on my channel about that. It's not only about binge eating, it can be about any situation that you feel stuck, that you feel every time it happens, you behave in a certain way, but you would like to change it. So I know once I binge eat, certain type of thoughts coming to my head, and I don't want to have them. So what I do, I put the desirable reaction on a piece of paper, and I call it prep plan after binge eating. And so when I binge eat, instead of allowing myself to think what I typically think, I just open my notebook and I read what I need to tell to myself about self-care, about self-love, about self-acceptance, about showing some more love and care to my body, about showing some more love and care to myself, because there is a reason, and there is a valid reason why it happened to me. And in no way there is my fault. I actually heard a very nice phrase that I'm using now for this type of situation. It's like, it's data, not drama. So what's happening, I should observe as a data. I should look at this behavior. I should think why it happened. I should think what kind of triggers, what was the reason I started binge eating, but I should not react. I should observe, I should understand why it happened, but I should not emotionally react on that. And it's not something that's gonna happen itself. It's something that you definitely need to teach yourself, need to show yourself. But I promise you, once you start working on that, once you start testing these tools, you will see the progress, because this is as a skill. It should be built and you will see the results. Last thing that I would like to mention here, that you should set yourself some realistic expectation. Binge eating, it's not something that's gonna stop in one day, unless this is like something really, you know, like a life-changing event happened, that you decided really to become a different person, and there is a reason why it's possible to be done in that particular day. But in most cases, it's a boring, long journey. It's your daily decisions, it's your daily reaction, it's how you decide to treat yourself on a daily basis. And understanding that, and understanding that it takes time, understanding that it takes your energy, that it may not happen as fast as you want it to be. Set a right level of expectation, so you will not be disappointed. You won't be disappointed because a very high and unrealistic expectation set up a very high threshold that you are not able to reach, and it brings you disappointment, and disappointment is also a negative emotion that starts another circle of guilt, shame, and binge eating, which is something definitely we want to avoid. So, but every time you decide to be neutral around the food, every time you talk to yourself in a different way after binge eating, every time, even though you already talk to yourself in a negative way, but you stop yourself and you start a new dialogue in your head, the way you would like it to have, it already put a seed. It's a new brick in this building that you're building. It's a contribution to changes in your brain. This is something that's gonna rewire your brain. This is something that's gonna change you, and this is something that eventually will bring you to recovery. So I hope you find this video useful. In the next couple of weeks, I would like to share more tools, more strategies connected especially with binge eating, because this October I decided that I will put more attention especially to this issue. So stay tuned, and if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.